Next up, we got... This can't be happening again by the young hockey psychology. Now, a lot of y'all tell me to react to this game, but we here now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if you want more hockey psychology videos, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Let's just hop into it.
But the Leafs are going to force Game 7.
So they on the Game 7, okay. Okay, hold on.
This can't be happening again.
Okay.
The beautiful thing about that statement is that it applies to both these franchises. For the Leafs, they are a team tormented by Game 7s, specifically against the Boston Bruins. They've come back from this exact 3-1 deficit in the past, only to lose in the most heartbreaking fashion. For Boston, they held a 3-1 series lead last year and were on the wrong side of one of, if not the biggest upsets in NHL history. Now, history is repeating itself once again, and there's no doubt that both fan bases and franchises have a massive psychological boogeyman to kill heading into Game 7.
Dang, that's low-key kind of crazy. You really think about it. So you got two teams that sell out in Game 7. That should make for like the greatest Game 7 of all time, bro. I predict right now it's gonna go to OVT. It's gonna go to OT, double OT, or do they even have that? I don't know. But it's gonna go to OT, and I predict Maple Leafs gonna win. Let me know your predictions in the chat.
Early in this series, it was pretty much all Boston. Aside from a solid Game 2 performance from Toronto, Boston was the better team in the first 4 games. Tactically, Toronto is a team far more committed to dumping in the puck these playoffs than in years prior. According to Mike Kelly, the Leafs have dumped the puck in on over 60% of their entries at 5-on-5. Only the Panthers have a higher dump-in rate.
See, I'm still trying to learn what dump-in. Hold on, look over quick. Let me look at what dump-in means, because I be hearing this, and I just don't understand, bro. Like something how to dump it in NHL 24. Oh, dumping puck, meaning once your team is all in an offensive zone, then you can work to dig it out of. What? Often on an offensive attack, the player with the puck will dump it. Oh, it's a corner. Oh, is that what that mean when it go around like this? Is that what that mean? The primary reason for doing this is allow the rest of the team to get across the blue line so you won't get offsides. Okay, I gotta see like a video. Can we see a video of it? Of somebody dunking the puck in? Let's see if you look up real quick. Because I want to see an actual, so I really know. Dumping puck. I know it's gonna pull it. Oh, here we go, right here. Oh, also too, chat, let me know. Do y'all want some more like what is it called? GoPro hockey? I've been seeing people do like POVs like this.
Possibly the most ruthless water bottle snipe I've ever seen Darby gives in the pass. I pass it back to him. He's supposed to dump it in. He doesn't. He carries it past the D. 2-on-1. Looks me off. Snipes the water bottle. Picks it up and he takes a drink from it. We'll get to that later in the video, but first, let's get it started. So this game, we're going to do a little men's league experiment. In the 20 years I've played men's league hockey, I probably have only done this twice. And we were going to do it every single time. That is dump the puck in. Every time. They'll get tired. Cross the blue, send it down. They got to go and get it. Just make sure they have no one to pass to. The point of the constant dump in is to force mistakes in their end and tire out the other team's defense. And it looks like they're a little light. You got a few more in the dressing room or what? Okay, good. Yeah, 5. I was like, oh, geez. A full game with dump-ins only. This should be interesting. Should I just practice dumping it in after the warm-up? Nah. They're really not going to like our dump-in strategy when they only have like 6 guys.
No, they're going to be skating hard.
They're going to tell us to stop. I think they'll tell us to stop after the first. They're going to stop doing this to us.
What are you guys doing? Who's men's hockey like this?
I know. Nobody dumps it in a men's league.
Every single time.
Every single across the blue line, send it down.
Which blue line?
This one. You don't even get the red.
Really?
Yeah. I think so. We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
First play.
I guess we will find out.
How long do you think they'll notice?
5 minutes?
Yeah. They might catch on the first one. Nobody dumps it in.
Yeah.
The first one, they'll be like, oh, that's a flip. The second one, they'll be like, what?
third one though.
How long until our first dump in? Oh, here's a chance. Oh, and let's see if it works.
Okay.
We gotta cause a
Oh
turnover.
wait, so is that when? So this is how? Okay, that's exactly what happened. So they dump the puck in, then the goalie has to go out and get it, and then that's what set up for that. I hate when that stuff happens, when the goalie had to go out and get it, because then he like take his sweet time to try to pass it to a teammate, and then by the time he do that, he always make a mistake and give it to the opponent, and then they score. So that's where it come from. Okay, wait. So I think I know what the dump in now.
If it works, we gotta pressure. We gotta cause a turnover, force mistakes. Oh my gosh, this is my.
So yeah, let me know if you want more GoPro
we're
hockey.
a little confused on how dump-ins work. That's how little we actually use. Oh, this isn't good. They're already coming back, but this isn't. Oh, okay. How many dump-ins can we get in a single shift, and how long until these guys catch on that this is our tactic? Here's another chance, and going to plan. Oh, it's the rim too. So I gotta be on this. I gotta field these pucks off the boards. I never do that. Look at this pressure.
Okay.
Over 60% in recent playoff years in this category, 60% than in years prior. According to Mike Kelly, the Leafs have dumped the puck in on over 60% of their entries at 5-on-5. Only the Panthers have a higher dump-in rate, and the Leafs have never been over 60% in recent playoff years in this category. They want to create offense by initiating their forecheck, but the key for Toronto is balancing that so that their best players can still get controlled zone entries. Early in the series, Boston's 1-2-2 in the neutral zone was incredibly effective at forcing Toronto to do this way more than they would prefer. Game 4 was a clinic from Boston, as their structure, or F3 in the middle of the ice, forced Toronto's best players to dump the puck in. Again, this is a philosophy that Toronto wanted to embrace, but not every single time they had the puck. The dump and chase game isn't an issue if you can effectively set up your forecheck, but in the games that Boston had success, Boston was able to get quick exits with help from their goalie on the breakout. However, as the momentum in this series has started to shift, Toronto's forecheck has really started to pay off. Just off of the Leafs' forecheck, they've generated 21 scoring chances at 5-on-5. That is 9 more than any other playoff team. Running a 1-2-2 in these situations, the F1 will take the body while guiding the puck carrier into the direction of the F2. Despite past stereotypes about both of these teams, Toronto has been the more physical presence in this series. With them establishing their forecheck game, it has opened up space for them to have the looks that they really want on controlled zone entries. It's similar in football. When the run game starts going, the passing game starts to open up. In Game 5, the Leafs dumped the puck in and effectively...
Oh, yes, that's what y'all could do, too. Explain in NFL terms. That's what y'all could do. Yeah, that's perfect. So, because then I understand easier. Okay, I like how you did that. See, Hockey Psychology, bro, literally the best hockey channel on YouTube right now, bro. Y'all go subscribe. If you're not subscribed, it's a problem. All right, go subscribe to Hockey Channel. Hockey Psychology.
Open up. In Game 5, the Leafs dumped the puck in and effectively used their forecheck to pressure Boston into mistakes. It didn't lead directly to a goal, but it created the basis for the Leafs' OT winner. In a position where Leaf players have dumped this puck in all game long, this looks like another routine dump-in based on Tavares' limited help in the neutral zone. But this is where Tavares throws a curveball. He decides to make a move at the line and drive wide. The slight hesitation of whether or not he chips in this puck or makes a move freezes Grzelcyk just enough for Tavares to get a step. That controlled zone entry by Tavares leads directly to a goal, and it likely doesn't happen if Boston isn't expecting a dump-in. Game 6 was more of the same for the Leafs as they established their forecheck early on and hemmed the Bruins in their end.
And think about it. I feel like low-key a dump-in is actually pretty smart. Now I understand why people really do that, because that really sets up a situation on the goalie, and then too, how you said earlier, where they come in at a certain way, one on the left side, one on the right side. So it's literally like it's just a situation that you can win that situation a lot of times. Is it like a penalties or something like that dealing with dump-ins? Like, can you only do it I think they say like past the blue line or something like that. I don't know. Let me know if is there any penalties or any thing that you can't do when doing dump-ins, because I feel like low-key it's kind of cheating, bro, to be honest. It's kind of cheating. I don't know. That's my part.
Game 6 was more of the same for the Leafs as they established their forecheck early on and hemmed the Bruins in their end. Shots were 12-1 at the end of the first, and the Leafs' pressure was a big reason why. Now, early in the series, Boston was also doing an incredible job at keeping the Leafs on the perimeter. The Bruins' goaltending was first in the NHL at stopping shots outside the slot, and Boston was doing just that when they took a commanding 3-1 series lead. Boston plays a hybrid structure which collapses and plays zone coverage when the puck is down low and in their end. It then switches to a man-on-man when the puck is high and teams try to create offense. The Leafs frequently have their most talented players as the F3 to use their skill and find space up high. Boston has seen this plenty from Toronto both in the regular season and in the playoffs, and they've exposed it with good pressure when man-on-man. But hockey is a game of inches, and when you get a favorable matchup, it can change everything. In Game 6, Toronto kicks into this formation off the faceoff. With Boston icing the puck prior to this, Toronto's out against Boston's fourth line. Nylander goes high to the blue line, and Maroon even gestures to his teammate to take Nylander so that Boston has their assignments. Now, it simply turns into beating your man 1v1. Nylander leverages his skill and skating to get a little bit of space, and he throws one on net.
What the?
Whoa!
Boston
has one of their better.
Whoa! Nylander. I think he was out too. Wasn't he out for like 2 games? Okay, see, he's a great, definitely a big part of his offense. How did he just make that, bro? That's actually insane.
Skating to get a little bit of space, and he throws one
What
on
the
net, and it ends up in a goal.
Yo.
If Boston has one of their better lines out there, Nylander probably doesn't have that extra second to make a play. The Bruins' fourth line didn't play that terribly either. They still forced a shot from the perimeter, but when the difference in the playoffs are literally milliseconds, it can change the result.
Look at
where
that.
the Bruins have done most of their damage is on special teams. Toronto's power play has completely fallen off a cliff, going 1 for 20 in this series. That's because the Leafs can barely get set up because of the Bruins' pressure on the zone entry. The Leafs want to make a quick pass at the blue line, fight the pressure along the wall, and then send it to the point to set up. But Boston is extremely effective at knowing when and how to pressure in these situations. Playing a 1-3 on zone entries, Boston has 2 players pressure Tavares right away. He can't make a pass here because of this player, and the layers of the Bruins take away any viable option with space shrinking. To add on to the frustration for the Leafs, Boston has been extremely effective at swarming pucks along the wall. Penalty killers wait for things like bobbled pucks or players facing the wall to attack and be aggressive. Here, Marner takes a broken play and tries to pivot away from this attack. Now his back is turned to the play. Boston has 2 killers swarm him to force a turnover and clear the zone. The Leafs absolutely stink on the power play in this series, and that's because they can't even get set up. On the contrast is the Bruins power play. Where Boston thrives on the kill, Toronto has struggled. Early in the series, Boston was getting easy entries, and the aggressiveness that limits the time and space was just a step behind for Toronto. Once Boston sets up, it's been pretty automatic, clicking at 40% in this series. Boston has typically run a 1-3-1 on their power play, but with the Leafs sticking to their diamond formation, Boston has moved that bumper player down low to isolate the last Leaf D-man and create mini 2v1s down low. So the solution for Toronto has been to stay the hell out of the damn penalty box and smother Boston before they can get set up. In games 5 and 6, Boston has only had 2 power plays.
It's no way.
Definitely argue that they should have had.
Nah, that ain't gonna lie. This gotta be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Not in the heard scene, bro. They put a helmet, so you have a helmet on. They gonna put headphones on. You can't just take the helmet off. How hard is it to take the helmet off? It look like it's only attached by 1 buckle. Just take it off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I guess they probably, I don't know if they too lazy and the NHL just say, okay, we're gonna just make headphones that big to hear like that. I don't know.
Power plays. You could definitely argue that they should have had a lot more, but in those 2 kills, the Leafs plays before they can get set up. In games 5 and 6, Boston has only had 2 power plays. You could definitely argue that they should have had a lot more, but in those 2 kills,
nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's low-key kind of messed up, bro. How you do that to that man, bro?
2 power plays. You could definitely argue.
Yo, is this has to be a penalty, right? This thing almost just got folded like a lawn chair, bro.
That they should have had a lot more, but in those 2 kills, the Leafs have done a good job at swarming awkward pucks and pressuring with numbers to ensure Boston doesn't get set up. The lack of power play chances in general has seemingly limited Boston's offense. Then, of course, the big game changer in this entire series has been Joseph Woll. Stopping 49 of his last 51 shots, His calmness and confidence has seemingly leaked into the Leafs' defensive game. Toronto's blocking more shots, they're making far more better defensive plays under pressure, and the result has been less offensive zone time for Boston in general. The Bruins have had success in this series by also using their forecheck to create mistakes for Toronto. Early in the series, these mistakes were ending up in the back of the net. Now, Toronto's getting those extra saves, despite Boston having very similar looks off of Leaf turnovers. Both teams know what they need to do tactically, but the mentality of either team will be just as important as executing their strategy. But the team that will succeed is going to be the one that doesn't let their past failures impact the present. Game 7 is one game where one mistake can determine the outcome. Nerves create these mistakes, and we've seen it from both teams in either this series or in past series. The Leafs and the Bruins have demons in these exact moments. The winner of Game 7 will feel a massive amount of alleviation from pressure of their past failures. But the loser will simply be asking themselves, how the hell did this happen again?
Oh, I didn't even do that. Oh my God. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This just makes sense, bro. The choke bowl. Wow. Wow. Let me know in the comments what's y'all predictions, bro. Who do y'all think gonna win? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I got the Maple Leafs. Let me know y'all predictions.